Yes. What is good, my people? Welcome back to Computer Music Academy's weekly homework podcast. I am your host, Tashira Say. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Welcome to week 72 of the weekly homework assignment / podcast. And shout out to our man Fields for providing that intro for the last few weeks. Much appreciated, my man. Moving on to a new one next week. What are we doing for week 72? Well, I, like many other people last year, delved into something that some of us appreciate, some of us don't. Many of us never did before. And it actually turned out very, very well. And I decided to do that again this year. And it was one of the more requested weeks to bring back. So I wanted to make sure I did it at a very good time. And I think this is it. So welcome to our trap music week. And if you're not familiar with trap music, whether you appreciate that kind of music or not, me personally, and I've said it before, I'm more appreciative of some of the producers of the trap music type stuff than I am, the rappers. I can't say artists, but I really like a lot of the work that they put into beats. I'm a beat head, so I actually brought that to the people, and 6 people jumped in, and we are going to knock it down this week. Starting off with a gentleman we haven't heard in a couple months, but I'm glad to see him back. My man RayDee 3000. Let's get it in. RayDee 3000, Sacramento, California, my man. That was nice. It was very short, and that's one thing I can always appreciate is if a beat is short, I don't have too many problems with it, because it's one thing I can't stand is a beat that's 4 minutes long and realistically it didn't have anything else to say or to show past, say, a minute 20, something like that. And I'm not necessarily saying that's Ray's case, but I can always appreciate when somebody knows, all right, let me go ahead and just take it back. Let me scale it back a little bit, cut it right here. And, one thing I've always said with the podcast is not the destination for these submissions. The podcast is, in my opinion, just the beginning, because you get live feedback from myself and from everybody that's in the community, and of course the viewers. And then you can always go out, and we've had some cases where people have submitted beats and going after that, added some more to it, finalized it, and actually moved those beats, got paid for them, got placements for them. So I can definitely appreciate somebody that puts as much effort as they have or as they can into it, and then afterwards go back, finish it up, boom, boom, boom. So shout out to Ray for that. I like what he was doing there. And, Ray is a West Coast cat, so they kind of got that hyphy movement that kicked in. What was that, mid 2000s? So that's kind of where he went with it, and I can definitely appreciate it. But he still kept it very trap, very crunk, at the same time, as much as he could, because he's a West Coast dude. So shout out for that, my man. All right, moving on to a gentleman I'm very eager to hear his submission, simply because he's one of our newer guys, very new to making beats, very new to a little bit of everything, all of the stuff that we are doing at CMA, or the stuff that he's learning and incorporating into his beats. And then beyond all of that, dude is not even in the country. He's in Tel Aviv, Israel. So with that being said, my man, Eclectic Amora. Let's get it in.
What I like about your song is, you don't have to think too much. There's instructions in the song.
Yeah, pretty easy. Bend over, make your knees touch the elbow. That's how the song goes, ladies. When I say lay it down, don't hesitate. Lay it down now. Let's go!
Yes, Eclectic Amora doing his thing, representing Tel Aviv, Israel. Not bad, my man. Not bad at all. I see where he was going, and he even said it in his submission, but I definitely see where he was trying to go. More of the rock, implementing more of the rock into the crunk or trap style beat. Definitely was going there. Definitely was going there. Not quite, and I say not quite in the sense of the drums. If nothing else, what I do know about trap music and crunk music is the drums have to slap. They have to hit hard. So nothing necessarily wrong with your drum selection, but they definitely needed to hit a little bit harder. They needed more snap and more bounce, kick to them. Definitely. And you said you're a trap music, you like trap music yourself, so you definitely know what kind of stuff that they're using in those beats. The other thing that kind of threw me off a little bit, and I did enjoy it, don't get me wrong, but the thing that kind of threw me off a little bit is the wide panning on a couple of your samples, a couple of the main elements of the song. They were way over here as opposed to being closer to the front. Definitely need to figure that out. And I know you got that from, our talks, our session, and, things I've said over the last few weeks as far as creating beats. Yeah, you definitely want to give everything its own space, but you don't want to have your main elements way out here. So I would definitely, just for your benefit, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about, just go open the mix and open up the session in Ableton and just bring everything a little bit closer. So you can definitely feel it. So it needs to be right here. Now, it doesn't necessarily need to be like this where everything is in front of each other, but definitely bring things a little bit closer to what I like to say, in the face. When I'm talking about sitting in front of monitors or speakers, definitely needs to be more in your face as opposed to in your peripheral. I'll say that. But other than that, nice effort, my man. Great effort. So shout out for that. All right, moving on to my man, AR Music. Let's see what he has.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Play this record as frequently as possible.
A&R Music. Okay. I see you, bruh. I actually like where he was going with that. I know he didn't have a lot of time to get with it. He was dealing with some other stuff. Got back, with only a couple days left. And, I know he works. He has a daughter and he has other stuff going on in his life. So I'm actually very happy to see that he did get as far as he did with that beat. I like it a lot. I just would like to see some more happening with it, more bass and, actually Gold 007, which we'll be getting to later. He hit me up and he was like, well, what are like the main elements of trap? And I'm like, well, basically TR-808 kicks. So kicks, snares, hi-hats, claps, that kind of thing. Bass, for the most part. Rolling hi-hats, low bass, high synths. That's pretty much it. A bunch of stabs, some vocal stabs or synth stabs, or, occasionally throw a gunshot or something in there. But from what I've heard, for the last, at least 10 years of trap music, that's basically where it is, man. And definitely he had AR or Tony actually had a nice amount of that stuff there. I definitely wanted to see, he had some really good variation. I just wanted to see a little bit more instrument wise in there. That's all. But other than that, great foundation, my man. Go back and get on top of that a little bit more and see what you can bring out of it. But definitely great selection, great submission, my man. All right, moving on to my man representing the South. And he says he hopes he did it correctly. A gentleman we normally hear from in the very beginning of the podcast, but this week he's a little towards the middle. So shout out to my man, DJ Lockturnal. Let's get it in. Lock. DJ Lockturnal, my man. That dude is growing every week, man. And I know he was a little worried because once again, Lock hasn't been making beats not even a year yet. I think when he came to CMA, it may have been like 4 to 6 months. I could be wrong. I apologize if I am. But, you get the point. What I'm saying is he wasn't that advanced at all. And over these he's been here, maybe about 4 months now? Yeah, this dude is definitely doing his thing. I like that a lot, man. I like that a lot. That's definitely got the heart and soul of a crunk or a trap beat there. Definitely, it has it there. Timing, it depending on who you're talking to, they may say the timing is off a little bit. I personally, I think it's actually pretty cool. I love all the rolling hats and rolling snares. I like the bass. I like the samples and stabs and everything that he had. I thought it was pretty solid. Again, I would definitely like to see more on the high end, more high synths or stabs or blast, horn blast, something like that. But truth be told, That's nice. That's nice. So shout out to Lock and A&R for definitely for their foundation for what they are really trying to accomplish with their beats. Big time. Shout out to that, man. All right, moving on to our man representing the South also, but we know he's definitely on another side of the spectrum. So this should be very interesting. My man, Gold 007. Let's get it in. Yes. Gold 007 doing his thing. Yeah, I like that a lot. He said in his submission, and this is the goal anyway, truth be told, but he said in his submission that he wanted to implement the trap stylings or the crunk stylings into what he does. If you ask me, 100% successful. That is a Gold 007 type beat with the trap or crunk style implemented into it. By far, that is you can't debate that. He did his thing with that. So that's kind of the goal anyway. You know, anytime I bring up where I'm taking, a lot of us are hip hop guys. Somebody like Gold 007 is more of a rock, synth, old school pop kind of guy, you know what I'm saying? As you know, not just that genre, but a couple of different genres mixed up in there. You get somebody like Jazz or Stephen G, Mr. Legacy, who are more electronic, whether it be 4 on the floor type stuff or D&B, that kind of thing. And basically just one, take you out of your comfort zone, get you to try something else. But as I've always said, you can go back through the last, this is episode 72, so the last 71, 72 episodes of the podcast, and you will see me say plenty of times, I want to build versatile producers, musicians. I want you to be able to go several different places, or you're here And then you eventually end up over here doing something else because you never thought about doing it before. You try it out, you work at it, and you become great at it. That's a lot of what the homework is all about. So what Gold did with that, that's definitely Gold doing trap. He doesn't need to go any closer to, traditional, if you ask me. Some people are going to be mad about that, but it's not about 100%. It's not. It's not. So shout out to Gold for doing his thing on that. And speaking of the UK, our man, Crooked Mystery Jazz, is going to take us home. Let's get into it. Yeah, okay. Crooked Mystery Jazz closing out week number 72 of the weekly homework assignment / podcast. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. See, once again, this is me, or I'm speaking as Crooked Mystery Jazz doing trap. You know his style. You know how he gets down, and he took those stylings, implemented into his own joint, and it turned out very, very dope. I love it. It's not a lot I can say about it. I love the programming of like the drums. I definitely love the use of the slow down, draggy sample. Perfect. A1, because we know that all came from what's your man's name? DJ Screw, that was doing that kind of stuff. Rest in peace to him. But yeah, that's a huge element of Southern hip hop, I guess you could say, is those slow down, draggy samples. So excellent, extra points for that. And doing his thing while doing that thing. That's what it's all about. It's not about 100% I have to hit it and sound like Little John or whoever, but yo, shout out for that. Would have liked to seen on his submission and on Gold's. I would like to have seen more of the snappy, just boom, just drums with a ridiculous attack on them. But you're talking about Jazz, you're talking about Go, you're talking about several other people with several different styles. And as I've said, it's not about 100%. It's all about, let me take this, go somewhere that I've never gone before, and try to bring some stuff back and implement it into my own style. And I think everybody executed perfectly. So shout out to Crooked Mystery Jazz, Gold 007, DJ Lockturnal, AR Music, Eclectic Amora, RayDee 3000, and thank you for watching, listening, showing us support, and being a part of what we do every single week. If you would like to be on the podcast and be a part of the community, it's very simple. Come on over to computermusicacademy.com and join us. That's it for the week. Much appreciation and much love to you, and we'll talk to you next time. See ya.